The book of Genesis, chapter 20, verses 1 through 2. And Abraham journeyed from thence toward the south country, and dwelled between Kadesh and Shur, and sojourned in Gerar. And Abraham said of Sarah his wife, She is my sister. And Abimelech king of Gerar sent and took Sarah. Abraham, fearing for his life, misled Abimelech by claiming Sarah was his sister. This act of deception stemmed from a lack of trust in God's protection. In our lives, we may face situations where fear tempts us to compromise our integrity. However, we must remember that God is our protector and provider. Trusting in Him, even in difficult circumstances, is crucial for maintaining our faith and integrity. The book of Genesis, chapter 20, verses 3 through 4. But God came to Abimelech in a dream by night, and said to him, Behold, thou art but a dead man, for the woman which thou hast taken, for she is a man's wife. But Abimelech had not come near her, and he said, Lord, wilt thou slay also a righteous nation? God intervened to protect Sarah and prevent Abimelech from sinning unknowingly. This passage highlights God's active role in safeguarding His people and guiding them away from wrongdoing. It reminds us that God is always watching over us, even when we are unaware of His presence. We should seek His guidance and trust in His divine protection. The book of Genesis, chapter 20, verses 5 through 6. Said he not unto me, She is my sister? And she, even she herself said, He is my brother. In the integrity of my heart and innocency of my hands have I done this. And God said unto him in a dream, Yea, I know that thou didst this in the integrity of thy heart, for I also withheld thee from sinning against me, therefore suffered I thee not to touch her. Abimelech's integrity and innocence are acknowledged by God, who prevented him from committing a sin. This teaches us that God values our intentions and efforts to live righteously. Even when we make mistakes, God recognizes our sincerity and helps us stay on the right path. We should strive to live with integrity, knowing that God sees and honors our efforts. The book of Genesis, chapter 20, verses 7 through 8. Now therefore restore the man his wife, for he is a prophet, and he shall pray for thee, and thou shalt live. And if thou restore her not, know thou that thou shalt surely die, thou, and all that are thine. Therefore Abimelech rose early in the morning, and called all his servants, and told all these things in their ears, and the men were sore afraid. God instructs Abimelech to return Sarah to Abraham and seek his prayers for healing. Abimelech's immediate obedience demonstrates the importance of heeding God's commands promptly. In our lives, we should be quick to correct our wrongs and follow God's guidance. Obedience to God brings healing and restoration. The book of Genesis, chapter 20, verses 9 through 10. Then Abimelech called Abraham, and said unto him, What hast thou done unto us? And what have I offended thee, that thou hast brought on me and on my kingdom a great sin? Thou hast done deeds unto me that ought not to be done. And Abimelech said unto Abraham, What sawest thou, that thou hast done this thing? Abimelech confronts Abraham about his deception, seeking to understand his motives. This confrontation leads to a resolution and restoration of trust. It teaches us the importance of addressing conflicts and misunderstandings directly and honestly. By doing so, we can restore relationships and build a foundation of trust and integrity.